and the Prepared Agent, and we are here today on the Ownership Revolution podcast. And I have an amazing and special guest for you guys today. You're going to enjoy this, especially for us ladies. You're going to enjoy this. We actually have it where we take ownership of different things in our lives. One of the important aspects of that is taking ownership of our health and our fitness and healthy eating, especially during the holidays. So I am going to introduce you today to Charise Moore with Macro Code, and she's going to tell us a little bit about her and her business. How are you today?
I'm good, Natria. How are you?
Amazing. Thank you very much for asking. So I want you to go ahead and tell us about your business, a little bit about you. We'd love to hear.
Yes. So I am Charise, as Natria said, and I am so excited. Thank you for having me here with you. So Macro Code is a business that I am well invested in, and it's something where I just have a passion for helping that working mama. And I specifically love to focus on the mom who is in a leadership role. And those mamas out there, not whether you're in the workplace or you're at home, we are all leading, whether it's little people or people as an executive. So I really just focus on helping women find balance and flexibility in their nutrition so that they can lead more powerfully at home or in the workplace without feeling plagued with guilt or inadequacy about the nutritional decisions that they make on a daily basis.
You mean that cookie at 2:00 in the afternoon?
Yeah. And you know what? I empower my clients to make sure that they work that into their plan so that they can enjoy those parts of their daily nutrition journey.
That's beautiful. So about you. So are you actually a mom as well, or tell us a little bit about that?
Yes. So I am a mom of 4. I have 2 that are my bio children, then I have 2 bonus kids. And so it makes you busy. And I'm also in another field as well. And I'm in education as well. Education is just a huge part of my life. I enjoy educating my clients on nutrition and mindset. So definitely something that I think is a huge part of life. And that's what we do as moms too, is we spend every day educating our little ones, and it can be stressful. So it's easy to kind of forget that you have to take care of yourself as well.
That's an important thing we do. We're busy running around, but realistically, we can't give if we don't have ourselves, right? So that's beautiful. So let me ask you, why did you actually start this career? What led you to this career, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah. So a big reason is after having 2 children, I just felt like it was sucking the life out of me every day in a good way, but also to the point where I felt exhausted. I wasn't taking care of myself like I used to. And I grew up my whole life playing sports as a collegiate athlete. And so I didn't really have to think about the foods that I ate. And then after 2 babies and being a mom, I think my nutrition just went by the wayside. And so I started to get to a point where I was no longer comfortable in my skin. And that's when I reached out to a dear friend of mine to get some encouragement and some help in my nutritional journey. And I hired my own coach. So that's when I went into macro coaching so that I could help other women revive themselves like I needed and like I found so many years ago, so that I could pour back into the other people in my life. So it really is a deep passion of mine because I needed this at one point in my life, and I'm still continuing to work on myself, not just nutritionally, but also my mindset, my heart, and that way I can pour into other people in my life and be there for them at my best.
Beautiful. That is beautiful. That's commendable. Absolutely. So you help yourself, and then we turn around and we help others. And that is definitely true. So I know that you've given us some good information, but we want the nitty gritty, right? We want to know what are some tips to help us to take ownership during this holiday season. Cakes, cookies, homemade breads, all the stuff that we shouldn't be eating, but we will eat and probably eat a little bit too much of, but how
Yeah.
can we give us some tips to help us out?
Yes. So I love hearing you say, the things that we shouldn't eat, because that is one of those things that I want to hopefully bring to light, that there's no foods that are off limits. It's
Then,
all
can
about,
you say that one more time?
yeah, there are no foods off limits. And I think that's the biggest misnomer about nutrition, is that things are off limits. And one of the biggest tips that I think we need to realize as women and adults in general is that when we restrict something, and I always tell my clients, there is no need to restrict. The biggest thing that you should do is plan. And when we are well prepared, as you know, being the prepared agent, as we're well prepared, we are going to do so much better in whatever it is our goal is. So that's my big tip for people, is just to go into the holiday season well prepared. Pull out your calendar, look at all the parties you have to go to. Are you going to, because that's the problem with holidays, right? Like,
Oh yeah.
it's not just 4th of July. It is, we have Halloween, and then we have Thanksgiving, and then we got 50 Christmas parties, and then we have birthday parties on top of it for our kids. So
No.
yeah, right. And so all it is let's get together, let's eat and have some drinks with each other, which is great. But my biggest thing is to plan ahead. And so if you can get your calendar out, look at how many different parties you have. If you're going to volunteer, like if I'm going to go to my daughter's school and volunteer, I don't know that I want to spend the foods that I'm going to plan into my day on that hard store-bought cookie, right? But if I'm at Thanksgiving dinner, I know full well that I'm going to have some pumpkin pie. That is on the agenda. So I think the biggest thing is just planning ahead, knowing before you go to a party or to get together, what's worth it for you, and kind of plan your day around that, and make sure that you are able to indulge, and then you get back right on track.
I love that. I love what you say. What's worth it to you? That's important in any area, but that is definitely true when it comes to eating. Is it worth it for you?
Yeah.
Now, is there like one thing we can implement like right now? Like as soon as we are off of this, I could just go and say, hey, I'm going to go ahead and do this one thing. Because it might be that, somebody can't do a lot of different things at one time, but wants to focus on something. What do you think is that one thing that someone could take away from this?
So here is, and these are tips and tricks that you will see as part of my program. I also have some other resources, but here's my one big tip for holiday season, and I call it the never two trick. Okay. So it is what it sounds like. We never go 2 days in a row of just going hog wild. So if you go to a Christmas party and you maybe have 1 or 2 more cocktails than you planned, or you eat a few more desserts than you originally wanted to consume, and well, first of all, don't beat yourself up about it, because that's part of life and you need to enjoy life. But the never two trick is to never have 2 days back to back, because it's so easy to go to a party on a Friday or a get together on a Friday and then say, oh, I'll just start fresh on Monday. And then you just kind of throw the towel in. So that's my big tidbit that I give to my clients is, even though you have one day that might be off and it didn't fit into exactly what you thought it was going to look like, never 2 days back to back. And that will encourage you and your mindset that when you go to the next day, you're right back on track with how you want to eat, and that you're in control of those decisions and how it affects your body. So you're fueling your body to be the best for your family and for your people.
All right, everybody, never 2. So you party hardy on Friday, Saturday, get back on it. It's not too late, right? It's not too late. I think that's the thing. It's never too late to go ahead and start, right? Start.
Absolutely.
So, this great information, Charise. It is a pleasure talking to you and getting to know more about you and your business. Where can people reach out to you and contact you or follow you? Let us know what that is.
Yeah, so you can follow me on Facebook. It's Charise Moore on Facebook. And then I also have a private Facebook page that if you're interested, you can just reach out to me and I'll invite you to. It's called Mamas on Macros. And that's where I put tips on every single week. It's a group of amazing women that are all on the same nutritional journey, looking for tips, for recipes, for things to fuel their bodies, but also it's mindset work. And so those are things that I pour out into my community every single week. And it has other women on there that are looking just to come alongside each other and be a part of something really great and powerful for each other, because it takes a village. I don't care what anyone says. So that is my Mamas on Macros Facebook page, where all the goods are. And then from there, they can reach out to me from Facebook.
Okay. So guys, I will make sure to put all of her information in the comments below as well. Follow her, join her private Facebook group. Let's all look fabulous together this holiday season and beyond. So
Yes.
Thank you again. Thank you so much again, Charise. I really appreciate it. And guys, do yourself a favor and love on yourself. And let's get prepared, shall we?
Yes. Thank you, Natrea.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.